Hello everybody, this is Loki and welcome back to Apollo Justice. So we're gonna go ahead and start on the trial. Trial time. Mr. Wright's not here today. He said his old foot injury was acting up. Old injury. He was all smiles yesterday. Yes, he smiled when he said we'd be fine as long as you're there, Tracy. Yes, fine, we'll be fine. Here comes Justice. I started my voice training at 5 this morning. Oh, do some now. I want to see. Here. Huh? Oh, okay. My name is Apollo Justice and I'm fine. That sounds more like a self-mantra than voice training. I'm fine, you know what I'm saying? Good morning. Yo, sup? Hit me with the guilty verdict, GFX here. You just hang loose and let things go with the flow, you know what I'm saying? Not really. Wocky, don't be running your mouth like that in here. See? That's the difference between me and you, old man. I ain't afraid of no cops. Real G can't keep it real until they spend some hard time in the pen. You have absolutely no idea what you're talking about. Sounds like they're both been voice training too, Apollo. My worst fears realized. The trial started and I still haven't had a real talk with my client. Court is now in session for the trial of Wocky Tataki. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Ready to rock and roll, Your Judge. It's him, the guy from yesterday. He's a prosecutor? Smith the Gavin's brother. Long time no see, Prosecutor Gavin. Were you taking a leave of absence? You know that little band I started in my free time? Thing is, we got real popular. Hard to say 9 to your fans when 3 of your singles go platinum, yeah? I know that word 9. Sounds like the number 9. That means no. I see, to be honest, I was a little concerned. I feared you might still be distraught over that one child. Not to worry, our judge. I won't miss this day in court for the world. It's worth even more than VIP passes to one of my concerts, yeah? How could I pass up a chance to see a true strength? At the little boy who bested my brother. It was worth canceling a show or two. Understood. You may give your opening statement to the court. Before that, I was thinking, is the air in this courtroom, a bit serious? It is a court of law. There's no way to get the crowd jumping there, Judge. They're not about to jump. This is the courtroom. Yeah, they're not about to jump in court, man. Today we play it my way. What's that noise? Sometimes you just gotta get on up in order to get down to prosecuting. This is crazy. The victim, pal Mercatus, director of the clinic. If I'm butchering his name, that guy's name, my apologies, guys. I'm still trying to pronounce it. The scene, People Park. He was found pulling a noodle stand. What in the world was the doctor doing pulling a noodle stand? It's like, what in the world is going on here? Yes, I believe you will only find that out by asking the defendant right here, right now. Because of the undeniable truth that he shot the victim. What do you mean, undeniable? If you were to glare at anyone air justice, glare at the punk in the defendant's chair. The crime was witnessed quite clearly, you see? Very well. Please admit this witness to the court. So you're playing air guitar now. 9. Not yet. First, there's a little matter to be cleaned up. Can you talk without the accompaniment? I swear I could see the guitar for a second. What is that, Prosecutor Davin? The motive, Air Judge. Why did the little punt do it? Why did he kill the director of the clinic? Not so fast. The defendant doesn't have to explain that. Oh, but what if the defendant specifically requests to do so, as he did this morning? I want to give a shout out to all my homies, I believe he said. What? He's like, what in the what? What is right? It's like, you got that right. Excuse me. They always say that on stage. You should hit the crowd with speed and ferocity. Sounds like I got you a good, Polly? Well, this is highly unusual, but okay then. The court will now hear from the defendant concerning his motive in the crime. See what you have to say, shall we? So you, son, are the defendant. Wocky, are you? I ain't your son, old man. You step to Tati and you be prepared to step strong. You step to a public official, you best be prepared to step into jail. You got to hand it to him. Wocky sure has guts. It's not his guts I'm worried about. I'm worried about my own. Well then, the court will now hear testimony on the defendant's motive. From the defendant himself. Let's see about his testimony, shall we? I'll tell you one thing. That doctor was a cracker. Someone had to show him what's what. I was in his clinic about half a year ago. He messed up on my OP something bad. And then he just let me go without word. See you later, bye. So I gotta go in and get another doctor to patch me up again. That was about the day I done figured it out. No OG can let that pass. That's why I went to his pad that night. Know what I'm saying? You're saying you were one of the victim patients? Yeah, a lot of stuff goes down when you're keeping it real on the street. True that. I'll tell you one thing. That dog was a whack. Very well. The defense may begin the cross-examination. I can't believe this is the first time I'm hearing about all of this. Yes, I can't believe what I'm hearing. God, please save me. Okay, I have to press on statement 3, 4, and 5. So you were a patient at the clinic half a year ago? For what reason? I had what you might call a mark of honor. Can you explain precisely what went wrong? We had a little run-in with the Rifles family. That's when I pulled a jack move and ran into an ambush. G busted a cap right in me. According to my sources, you couldn't stand the stress of waiting and ran in 15 minutes before the appointment time by yourself. Hey, I was more than a match for those guys. So you were carried into the clinic from there? Apparently he was shot in the heart. Shot in the heart, and he's still alive? Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking. Is like, it's a miracle he's still here. I can catch bullets between my teeth, but I never learned how to catch him with my heart. The bullet stopped just short of my thumper. You know what I'm saying? I would have been golden if it weren't for that whack doc. Can't even take out a stupid bullet. So, as you say, the surgery was a failure. That ain't all of it, Holmes. And just let me go without word. Later. Go ahead. Press on that one. What do you mean he just let you go without word? What do you think it means? It's whack, that's what. I'm not sure what that means, but it sounds bad. Yeah, it does sound bad. It sounds as though our doctor wished to hide his mistake. That's why he let the defendant go. He's a liar, straight up. He's a better G than me. Also, this bullet still... You know it, I can still feel it. Right there in my chest, pressing up against my heart. Your words are like a bullet shot straight into my heart. Or something to that effect. Incidentally, that's one of our hit singles. Well, that sounds like a straightforward case of malpractice. That's true, it is. We're a dream, man. There were no accidents for shizzle. For shizzle. Seemed that there were issues with the doctor. And pulling them down was like doing the world a favor. Wocky, please consult your lawyer before saying things like that. Chin up, Apollo. That's straight. But why did this mistake only come to light that day? It was found during the family health checkup. Family checkup? It was the wackiest thing of all. All his trees lined up, taking eye exams and all that. Better to die young than fade away, bizoy. A relief to hear. What's a relief? Oh, did your father not tell you? The bullet you carry so close to your heart, if not tend to immediately, it could kill you. What? Yes, our doctor had knowledge concerning this ticking time bomb in you. A knowledge that could have saved your life. No way, that's what. And there's proof. Your checkup report. Oh man. How ironic you could kill the one man capable of helping you. Yeah, almost as careless as he was. Well, now that the place is hopping, let's get started. Started? We've had enough of warm-up at ya. Time to hear from the witness. Wacky sure is quiet all of a sudden. I'm a little uneasy myself. Is this Gavin's tragedy? Yeah, is it his tragedy? Oh man. Who is this man? So, will you tell us your name and occupation? My name is Wesley Stickler. By occupation, I take it. Oh man, you're talking so quickly. I can't remember. The heck? I can't read that fast, to be honest. By which he means to say he is a student. A junior at Ivy University, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, in the Department of Science and Engineering. Filled with curiosity for all things, I spend my days in pursuit of truth. Only my Herr Stickler. Please direct said curiosity to the case at hand today. Very well, Mr. Stickler. Please testify to the court about what you saw on the night of the crime. You asked quite some. Oh God! That night I passed through the park on my way home from shopping when I saw them. One man pulling a stand and another man facing him. I saw them quite clearly, a man facing the victim with the defendant. In his hand he held, yes, a pistol. It was pointed at the man pulling the stand. A shot, the bullet hit the man pulling the stand from front square in the forehead. How would he know if that's really what he saw? Was there anyone else at the park at the time? I can say with 100% accuracy that there was not. The pistol our witness refers to was this. The court accepts this into evidence. Very well, Mr. Justice. You may cross-examine the witness. Yes, Your Honor. Tracy, why are you staring at the witness? At the witness? That man. I can't help but feel like I've seen him somewhere before. So she recognizes him? 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see. Top the report.
Objection!
There you go. If that's all of it, I think I have a chance. Is that you relaxing, I see, Air Justice? Huh? Objection? Once is enough. Quite enough, Mr. Justice. Apollo, pace yourself. This trial's not over yet. Right. Look at this. The autopsy report? Is there a problem with the autopsy report? Right, a problem. Problem. Yes, there's the problem with the location of the entry wound. The location? You testified the killer shot the victim square in the forehead, did you not? I've already determined your angle of inquiry. Allow me to explain it. Oh God! Sir, please slow down. I can't even read it all. With the justice? Yes. Was your objection to these krypton particle things? This is bedtime. The bedtime, and you're obsessed with something so small. You disappoint me. No, I'm obsessed with something big. I mean, there's a bigger, less nitpicky problem here. Do tell. Just look at the autopsy report. The location of the entry room was right in the temple. Temple? Mr. Stickler? You said quite clearly that the victim was shot square in the forehead. That's a contradiction, isn't it? Yeah, that does sound like a contradiction to me. It does sound like it. It is right. Yeah, it is right. Finally.
Objection!
Air Justice? Oh, Air Justice. Yes? Your tactics are outdated. Trying to shake the witness by objecting to trifles. Surely you haven't forgotten the fatal wound your master suffered 7 years ago? That's right, was it? Look, I know the wound was in the wrong place according to the testimony. Hey, Air Forehead? Forehead? Now he's calling him Air Forehead. Just imagine you're walking through the park. You see two men facing each other, one with a pistol trained in the other. What would you do, Air Forehead? Well, I guess I would try to stop them. I'd probably shout stop. And you, Ferlin? Me? Well, I'd probably scream, eh! And you, Air Stickler? What did you shout, I wonder? Ah! If the victim turned his head the last moment. Ah, yes, thank you for jogging my memory. It sounds like an addendum to the testimony is required. See what you had to say here, shall we? As soon as the killer raised his pistol, I took action. Cease this as want you to, I cried with composure. The victim turned in the direction of my voice and a shot rang out. Whereupon our killer defendant appeared to become frightened. Tossing the pistol aside, he fled from the scene. I see. Still you attempted to stop the crime. Indeed. With composure. Well, maybe the criminal wouldn't have fired if he hadn't shouted like that? That doesn't really matter now, unfortunately. I know, right? That's true. So true. It's like, even if he didn't shout that, it would have still happened. No matter what the outcome was. It will still happen either way. Let us consider this new testimony, shall we? Observe the diagram, if you would. The witness, Mr. Stickler, was it? Stood here. He shouted, "Oh, stop, please," or something of that nature. And the victim responded by looking at the witness's direction. But what if he was on the other side, though? That's the thing. What if he was on the other side? And the killer would have fired just at the moment. We can see the bullet would have struck right in the temple in the report. That does seem to be the case. Witness the power of Junior and Ivy University Department of Science. Very well, Mr. Justice. You may cross-examine the witness. Okay, let me see how much we have to do here. 3, 4, 5. Let's see. Enjoy the dog barking, guys. Just from time to time. Wait a second. Another misleading request. Yet you're so beholden to your own mode of discourse. You can't see how it affects you. Come again? Wait a second. You say a second? Are we intended to just wait that single second? A sixth of a minute? It's hardly enough time to draw a breath, let alone to make a statement in court. Now, had you asked for a longer period of time, say 3 minutes, Mr. Justice? Yes, Your Honor. Am I to understand your objection to the length of the second? Yes, I mean, no. Here, just look at the pistol. It doesn't have a single fingerprint on it. A town employee made all the more common, I fear, by a prevalence of television. Criminals these days are loath to leave fingerprints. Wait, but you said the killer tossed the gun and ran. That's right. He didn't have time to wipe the gun for prints. The little girl sticking to it, to the university student. There's a song in there. That's true, there's a song in there. I'm not little. Then let's think like adults, shall we, Farland? Eh? What if the killer, the defendant, was wearing gloves? Gotta admit, I didn't think of that, Apollo. Yeah, me neither. Well, Mr. Justice, could the killer have been wearing gloves? The record of the murder weapon is really clear about one thing. The fingerprints were wiped, which means some trace of the prints remained, which contradicts your testimony. If everything happened as you say it did, he wouldn't have had time to wipe the pistol. True. I like how, like, whenever he turn the page, he, taps his mouth. That may be, but does not change what I saw. The killer, the defendant, he threw down the murderous weapon from his hand and fled. And this pistol was found at the scene of the crime, strongly suggesting that this was the weapon he disposed of. That sounds solid to me. Well, on her forehead, any of your precious objections? Nope. What gives, Apollo? Let's see that voice training go to work. You know, I've only recently realized something. No matter how much you train your voice, it doesn't matter if you have nothing to say. What do you mean, nothing to say? Is it obvious from the witness just said? Huh? Isn't that what obvious? When he reenacted what he saw just now, he just saw Wocky drop a murderous weapon. But that's not the same as being 100% sure Wocky threw away. You're right. You're just confused because the pistol was found at the scene. Poor Mr. Stickler. It must be hard to be so perfect and yet so wrong. That's true. Well, it can't be said that I'm quite offended. While it is indeed true that once in my youth... Oh God! Stickler, stop, please. I can't read that fast. What we can say for certain is that the witness saw the killer throw something. Did the defense have anything to say about this? Well, if what he threw wasn't the pistol, then it had to be something else. At least one person on the defense team seemed to be thinking. I'll wipe that smile off your pretty face, Gavin. Perhaps you can affirm the court as to the nature of this something else. What did the killer throw away before fleeing the scene? This? Is that a sword? I saw one of those on a late night movie last night. Great, a sleep-deprived judge. This knife was found at the scene of the crime, with the defendant's print on it. His prints? This single piece of evidence provides two important things. One, that the defendant threw down wasn't a pistol. Two, that the defendant wasn't wearing gloves. Indeed. Oh, Air Forehead? You're forgetting two other things you've just proven. Huh? One, that the man the witness saw was the defendant, Mr. Wocky. Two, that the defendant was holding a knife with the intent of harming the victim. Oh, indeed. Never underestimate a Javanese solicitor. The court is now of the opinion of that witness is fond of making assumptions. In that light, I believe it would behoove us to hear what really occurred. With the less assuming, please. It's always the same with you people. Mark left the house on foot. 5 minutes later, his brother left after him. How long would it take for Mark's brother to catch up to him? Assuming that Mark never had to stop for a traffic light. Assuming. Yes, that's what I said. Assuming. As if it were a probable situation at all. Yet here you are assuming that my assumption is no better. What this court assumes is what the witness will testify as to what happened after the shot was fired. Okay, am I able to save here? Nope. I cannot prevent the killer from leaving the scene. Nor could I simply leave the scene in good conscience. Ergo, I used my cell phone and called the police. Till the police arrived at the scene 10 minutes later, I saw no one else. Why didn't you chase the killer? He was, as you say, a killer. Of course, I could have run him down, yet what would he have done when cornered? That's true. It's so true, he had a point. Sadly, it takes more than an aptitude for self-concentration to know that. Did the testimony earlier not prove the defendant's presence at the scene? And we do not also know that there was no one else there. It seemed clear that we have our killer. Does it not? Does it not, Mr. Justice? I'd better find a way to take this testimony down quick. Yeah, we better do it fast.
Hold it!
I had to press on everything. Which way did the killer run? By that time, it was clear the killer had noticed me. Naturally, he ran in the opposite direction. That would mean he ran in the opposite direction from the Kitaki mansion. Don't even think about pointing that out that he was going away from his home. All he had to do was loop back once he was out of sight. How did he know that's where I was going? I was like, how would he know that?
Hold it!
You were certainly composed for someone who had just witnessed a killing. If anyone devoted to one's life to pursuit of science, one must have never ventured the sight of a little blood, nor be so moved by a chemical discovery that one dropped one's flask upon the lab room floor. Oh, cool answer. Very cool. So nothing strange about how he acted. Tracy looks like she has something to say.
Hold it!
Wasn't it your first thought to call an ambulance? It can be said I have dabbled in medicine. The injury I witnessed, namely a single shot to the head, tends to result in death. Ergo, there was no need for me to call an ambulance. Perfect. A proof in 3 parts. Exquisite. It's simply exquisite. He actually looks like he's going to cry.
Hold it!
Can you tell us detail about these 10 minutes? I stood in a state of heightened awareness. Anything that could happen at any moment. Anyone could appear from any direction. He has a point there. Is that all? No one came. Nothing happened at all. I saw it all, which is to say, I saw nothing. It was late at night, so it's not odd to think that there would be a few people around at the park. So he just stood there watching? Not much to go on there. Trucy, if you got something to say, by all means say it. I can't find a single problem with that testimony. Had enough at last, Air Forehead? Maybe it's time to back off a bit? There's nothing fishy about that testimony at all. It appears there are no objections to the witness' current testimony. There are any number of ways to explain the lack of prints in the pistol, I assure you. Perhaps the killer really was wearing gloves which wiped the previous user's prints off. Then, after the deed was done, this fell off his pocket as he was throwing the gun away. A mistake befitting a small-time punk, in my opinion. No. No! I like how weird his face looks when that happened. He seemed to come to the end of the line here. No, that can't be at all. How unfortunate. It seems that you weren't cut out to stand at the same stage as me. Were you, Air Forehead? I believe this brings the cross-examination to close. This court will now declare a verdict for the defendant, Wocky. Oh man. Trucy? Nobody move. What's the meaning of this? Who are you? There will be no verdict in the court, not yet. Wait. Are you one of the Katakis? The Katakis? You mean notorious gangsters? If you don't want to see me give the pretty little girl a new smile, do as I say. Adjourn the court for 20 minutes. What? This court will not bow to pressure of the likes of Air Judge. I see little point in further aggravating this gentleman. Recess 20 minutes or I'll promise you'll regret it. Wait, how did he disappear so fast? Yeah, how did he disappear? Come to the defendant lobby, Apollo. I suppose I have no choice but to adjourn for a 20-minute recess. Bailiff, catch the mysterious man. Oh man. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and call it here for now. If you guys enjoyed the video, feel free to hit that like button below. And subscribe for more videos to come. See you guys later. Bye guys.